There. Look who I have here. What's your name?
Rodney Weston.
Rodney Weston. And you're the new MP for St. John?
I'm the new Conservative MP for St. John.
Well, I must admit, Rodney, I was shocked.
I appreciate it, Charles. You weren't the only one that was shocked, and obviously election night was a long night, and it was a close race, and it was a hard-fought race. But in the end, I felt good about it. I felt good about the results, obviously, but yeah, there was a lot of people surprised.
Listen, I don't know if you have ADHD or not, but you were an MLA, then you were Chief Executive,
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff, Bernard Lord.
Yes.
Then you went working for Cokes. Now you're an MP.
Yes.
How does a person follow you?
Well, it's not easy. I guess you could say that I'm a lot like my father used to describe himself, a jack of all trades and master of nothing. I just can't keep a job, it's a problem. No. Actually, I've always had a strong desire to be involved in government and serve the people, and this is another opportunity to do that.
What do you think? I met you, just for on record, I met you at Diane Borkey Memorial. Yes. Any opinion on Diane?
Oh, Diane, if you don't have an opinion on Diane, you didn't know her. And Diane always had an opinion on everyone else, and that's one of the best parts of Diane, is she didn't leave you guessing. People used to say about my grandfather, if he had an opinion, you got it whether you wanted it or not. Diane was very much like that.
When are we going to have an election?
Well, we just got done one now, but we tend to have them quite often, and I think that our government should be probably good for another 2 years, 3 years, in that range. So I don't think anybody's in a hurry to go back to the polls yet.
I got to ask you a question. Yep. Do you have a concern with the urban monopoly of newspapers in this province?
Well, it's obviously anytime you have a heavy concentration, it's going to be a concern. But as long as there's a balance, and I will say that that the papers were balanced through this last election. I've got to say that. And you yourself, Charles, I'm sure you read. You say you don't read the urban papers, but obviously you do. I'm sure that you noticed that the balance was there. Otherwise, Paul would have had a real advantage.
What do you see St. John in 10 years from now?
Where do I see St. John? I see St. John continue to grow. This energy hub that we've staked our future on is something that's it's not a blip on the radar screen. It's here for a long term. I see us in a 20-year time frame. That I see a generational change here. St. John's future looks very good.
You see a lot of less fortunate people in St. Martin. Do you think there's a way to help the less fortunate here in St. John? St. John has the biggest population of poor people in the whole province.
Yes, no question. St. John, it's a big issue facing the people of St. John, and I made that a big part of my campaign to try to make sure that nobody gets left behind, that nobody becomes a victim of our success here in St. John. I've used that line a couple of times, and I hate to say it sounds kind of cliche, but it's important that we put the tools in place to make sure that everybody has the benefits of our success.
Listen, Rodney, thank you very much, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Good luck, Charles. Thank you. Good to see you.
Oh, you do.